everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm making Italian meatloaf. So I started already. I cut up about 1.5 cups of peppers. You can use any type of peppers that you like. I have 1 large onion that I cut up, and I have 3 large cloves of garlic that I'm going to dice up. Now everybody makes their Italian meatloaf differently. So this is my version. After I chop this up, we're going to saute these lightly. And then we'll let them cool. And then we'll continue to make our meatloaf. Okay, so let's go on over to the stove and we'll get ready and we'll saute these. Okay, let's just add a few tablespoons of oil. Now we're going to saute these, put the onions in first until they're just about starting to get golden brown. Also going to add the peppers, and then we'll let this get started and then we'll add in our garlic. Okay, so they've been sauteing for a few minutes. We'll add in our garlic now. We're just looking to get them a little soft. Of course, letting them brown up a little bit does add more flavor. All right, let's add a pinch of salt. And once this is done, we're going to let this cool down completely. Okay, so in the bowl I have about 2.5 pounds of chopped meat. I prefer to use the 80-20 mix. It makes a moist meatloaf. Okay, so I just break it up a little bit. Now I have my peppers and onions, which are cooled. Okay, so to this, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon salt, okay, I have garlic powder. I'm going to add a tablespoon garlic powder, a teaspoon of basil. Again, I don't measure, I just do it by eye. You really can't go wrong. Side. And then, of course, a teaspoon of oregano. Then about 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then we're going to put a cup of breadcrumbs. And 1/4 cup of milk, any type of milk that you like. Okay, I also have 2 eggs that I've beaten. Now I have a small can. This is 6 ounces of tomato paste. I'm going to put just a heaping teaspoon. Now I'm going to save the rest for the top of the meatloaf. Okay. And now we have our peppers and onions that we sauteed and cooled down. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix this all up. I like to use my hands. It gets it nice and incorporated. We just want to mix it well. We don't want to mix too much, because we don't want the meatloaf to be tough. So we'll just gently fold over until everything is nice and incorporated. This is a very easy meatloaf to make. Again, everyone has their own version of an Italian meatloaf. Now I had a subscriber ask for an Italian meatloaf sandwich, which of course this is the meatloaf. And if you're going to make a sandwich, I would definitely use some nice crusty Italian bread. Or what I like to do in the house is turn that Italian bread into garlic bread and then make your sandwich with that. Okay. So now I'm going to split this in two. Okay, and now I'll get the baking dish, move this aside. I have 1 pound of mozzarella that I sliced up pretty thick. Okay, I have my baking dish. Now let's take half of that meatloaf. So now we're going to be stuffing it with the mozzarella. So we're going to form the bottom half. Okay, so there's the bottom. Now we're going to leave an inch around. We don't want the cheese to ooze out. Now you don't have to use the whole pound, however you like. We just want a really nice thick cheese layer. Okay, do I have a little bit left? Just throw that in the freezer. Okay, so now we're going to take our top, just cover the mozzarella first. Okay. And then you bring the seams together, and now you form your meatloaf. meatloaf. I am going to preset the oven, 375. I'll wash my hands and we'll finish. Okay. So now we have the tomato paste. I'm going to put that on top. I'll just spread it out, just on the top. Now I'll just sprinkle a little basil on top. Okay, now we're going to stick this in the oven, 375. We'll check it in a half an hour, 45 minutes. Okay, so it's been in for half an hour. Okay, I'm going to put it in for 15 more minutes and it should be done. Okay, and here we are, 45 minutes at 375. We have perfect Italian meatloaf. So it's still very hot, but I'm going to cut into it just to show you. See the mozzarella in the center. Absolutely delicious. This would be so wonderful as a sandwich on some Italian bread. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.